Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Wait, that wide 80. Right there, 54 Mike. I'm coming out to you. I'm coming out to you.
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 27, Brady. That's out to his running back, Michel. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Brady to his old reliable Edelman, and the Patriots have a first down.
First down, New England.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Brady gives to Michel. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
I'm coming out to you. Hey, Alabama. Coming out to you. Boy.
From the 41, Brady. Wide open, Julian Edelman. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 35. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now this one from about 2 seconds and very long. Brady. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A gain there of 30 big ones. Well, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off.
Check. Motion out of the backfield.
They'll turn to Michel as they go back to the ground. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
450. Right there. 54 Mike.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this one's not close. Not even close. Short and to the right. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
You got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson. His 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove down,
they'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Sacked there by Avery Williamson, the linebacker.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. To throw, it's Brady. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back in the 9. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete. The linebacker C.J. Mosley there in coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10.
We're going to sign. 51. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
On first down, it's Darnold. Got an open man, it's a noon one. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
15 yards. And the Jets, first down.
Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Darnold. Open man left side. That's the tight end, Herndon. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing again on second down. Darnold. Flush to his right. Looking sideline, incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it's third down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Throwing again is Darnold. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So he splits the uprights, and it has to be a nice feeling. Right when I left his foot, knew it was good. Yeah,
just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
Wait, set, wide, 80. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Shadow.
Brady now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
I got you. 29 is the money.
Throwing again. Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Check it. 29 is the Mike 29.
Shotgun now for Brady. Got his man. That's Harry. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 23.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing? He was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he's gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
To throw is Brady. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5.
Hey, 66.
After the sack on first down, Brady, and he's going to go down again. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Brady. Got a man right side. It's Sharp. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. On the ground, this is Michel. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
2nd and 5 now. Brady looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Tajay Sharp, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Tajay Sharp, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down, but hey, not only did they get...
Because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a 1st down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
So now Brady and the Patriots going for 2.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash. Hey, watch this, watch this. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Check not, check not. Regular.
They'll run for it with Michel, and they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches, and the 2-point attempt is turned aside. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Mike 21, Mike 20. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
21, Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. Deron Harmon makes the tackle. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. 3 buzz, 3 buzz, 3 buzz. Mike 56.
Darnold from the gun. And 1 out for Crowder. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And he's got a moonwalk. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A 1st down throw, Darnold. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Joejuan Williams. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey, box truck, box truck. Right there, 54.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Brady, he'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long. On play action, it's Brady. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Now it's Crowder. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And the Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the 2nd half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Go. Mike, get some.
Out of the shotgun. Here's Darnold. Throw left side complete. That's Bell. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return, and the Patriots take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. Brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Point after now from Catanzaro. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Cut. Hey, look, 3.
They'll try to get this offense going with Michel. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. With good timing, you get a completion.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it.
And the pressure gets to him again.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up third and long. Operating from the gun, Brady trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up first and goal at the 5. Edelman, the intended receiver that time.
Sets up a first down and goal at the 5-yard line.
Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. After the interception, here's Darnold. Steps away to his left. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Chandler Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on first and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here.
Pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Check motion, 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 motion. 51, Mike. And 80. Block.
Darnold down to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. From 10 yards out. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Dante Hightower picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Catanzaro's kick is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 28-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get... Well, the ball is out. Michel lost it. And the Jets have recovered. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not only going to tip it, I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I'm here all day.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. Bell a first down and then some. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Catanzaro now for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Back now here on EA Sports, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Cat and zero out now as he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Now Michelle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid them, picking up a first down.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And they'll try Michelle here running on the right side. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. Defensively, with this lead in the fourth quarter, I guess you can allow a run of that magnitude.
You're right about that, but really the focus has got to be don't fall in love with the idea that you're getting big runs now. You're right. They're actually being allowed. They've got to think really hard about getting some chunk plays through the air, too.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Wait, 20. Check.
Here's Brady. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. C.J. Mosley able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Brady under pressure again, and down he goes again. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there,
hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you get a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now. Or very quickly. Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position.
Let's go.
Darnold on 1st down. Herndon's got it complete. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold, throw complete to Herndon.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, but it'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. The Jets on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. To the air again, Darnold. That escapes the sack. Fights him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dante Hightower picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
They're on to the 4th quarter now, by the way, at Bank of America Stadium in Carolina. And the Panthers looking pretty good. Their lead growing even further. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. Throw left side, complete to Sharp.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. From the gun, Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Marcus May with a pick. He was looking for Edelman there.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Again, it's Michel. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And it's scooped up by the Jets.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
New England on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Keeping it on the ground on 1st, Michel. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I'll bet half